Alright, hello guys, welcome back, and I know that you guys are thinking, isn't this a Zenith game? Well, we're going to talk about it here with our little screen. So, here we are with our little computer here, and we're going to talk about the combat. So, if I can do this without messing up. Nope, put that back. Well, that's hold on a second. You little, what did I tell you before the recording? I told you not to do that. Straighten your act out. Let's get to this. Alright, guys. Anyways, we are back with our trusty weapon. Now, in Zenith, you will have different weapons, but this is just to show, our slashing and stuff. So, you will also have a visual on the screen here. And yeah, we're going to go over all of the little abilities that you might have. And we're going to start off with let's start off with the dash. That actually doesn't even use the weapon. You don't need a weapon for the dash. So on the dash, you have a button on your controller. Depending on which platform you're on, it will be a different button. But on Oculus, it is the B button. So the right controller top button. And, like I said, different platforms, HTC, Valve, depends on what you're playing. Different buttons. But, yeah, you'll have a dash button. And when you dash, they will do different things. So for damage, you will, oh god, standing on the table, I am in trouble. When you dash with damage, it amplifies the amount of damage that you do when you are attacking. So you dash, you have a few seconds of the amplified damage, and you just pound away while you have that, right? And yeah, that's pretty cool and all. So our next one will be the one that we actually use the weapon for, the 3/ vertical. So swinging down, and I think technically swinging up, but I always do down. 3 swings down. On the third attack, it should activate the ability, depending on what your Godstone is and whether you're damage or support. I know support, it heals you a little bit, and it does a little extra damage, I believe. Again, read your Godstones, but yeah, so 3 slashes, I say it should work because it's not consistent. Sometimes I'll have to slash like 4 or 5 times. I just go ham. Just go ham, Sometimes you gotta go ham. So, yeah, that's our next ability. The one after that we're going to talk about is the horizontal thing. So it's the same thing, 3 slashes horizontal. Now what I like to do, same with the vertical, but more so with the horizontal, is do double swing, because that counts as 2 swings. And this one has been more consistent for me. So you do 2 swings, that's 2, right? You do another double swing, the first one to hit counts as your third one and activates. Second one starts the next counter at 1. And then you swing a double swing again, then that's 2, 3, so it activates again. So the second and third double swings, it'll activate. So for every 3 double swings, it'll activate twice. And depends on what your role that you're playing is. I like the support. Even though I did damage first, I really like the support. Support, it heals. It just heals. I mean, it doesn't just heal. It also does damage, but it clobbers them. And for support, the vertical one heals as well, but yeah, no, it's wild. So yeah, it just depends on what your class or what your role is. Alright, so what is that? We got our dash, we got our vertical triple swing, we got our horizontal triple swing. Now we are going to talk about our powered ones. So with your powered ones, you'll pull the trigger here on your controller, and that powers up your weapon. Now, this also acts as your blocking, so when you pull the trigger and it powers up, you can also block with that. That takes stamina to block. But when you power it up, say you power it up and swing, it's just a simple power up swing. And it's a vertical and horizontal again. So your first one, your vertical one, you'll power it up, do a vertical attack. That does the vertical attack that is different from your triple one. It's a separate one, but it uses rage. They call it rage, but I like to think of it as mana because you start with a full bar, right? You don't start with an empty bar. And that full bar goes down as you use those power up attacks, not the sideways, not the triple attacks, but the power up down and power up sideways attacks. It will use them. So if you want to rebuild that, you just have to, hack at them regular without the power up. But those are really good for, if you want to power up and then get that extra damage in. Maybe your final blow, or maybe it's your starter blow, whatever you gotta do. For support, power up is so much better because the power up vertical, when you swing, will do a shot of light in front of it, and it heals your allies. So anybody, or heals players, so anybody standing in front of you will get healed. It's great if you're good at support combat because, like, I've tried it. Say you've got two allies over there, they're starting to get a little low on health, they're dealing with some guys, and as a support, you're kind of staying back, but you're still fighting a guy, right? So you're hacking at him. Let's say you're doing the horizontal swings, right? And when you do the horizontal swings, if you do a power up one and swing, you'll heal them while hitting the enemy. So you're doing two things at once. That's support. Attack, you do that and it can do a damage thing. That also depends on your godstones. So check your godstones. The godstones will say on the side there what they are. But yeah, just check your godstones, see what they say. Alright, so we've gone over our triple swings, our power up, pulling the trigger to power it up. That also acts as your block. So if you got an enemy swinging their sword or something or shooting at you, block it. Boom. That takes stamina, not mana. Two different bars, but stamina, the one that you use to run. Blocking takes that. Power up attacks use mana. To rebuild that, you hack and slash, and you can hack and slash at a dead body. So say your final move is going to be a power up move or a double power up move. That's fine, because now you've got a dead body. You're hacking and slashing at the dead body. Get that mana. I know it's kind of weird, you're just... It looks like those guys that just, like, they won, but they don't realize it yet, so they keep going. But it's because you're not done. You're getting that mana. And that mana, you can keep getting it until the body disappears. Once you can't see those hits hitting anymore, you're not getting any more. But until then, every single hit gets you one. And at level 21, I have 41 or 42. So, yeah, it's very helpful for, like, oh, final attack, now I'm down 20 mana. Boom, let's just get 20 hits in real quick, right? But, yeah. Now we're going to go to... We're not really going to talk about passives, because passives are passive. They're passive. They do passive stuff. Ultimate, you got two weapons, right? You got your two swords. We're only doing swordsmiths today, guys. I didn't explain that, but, I mean, it's in the title, so you could probably figure that out. Take your swords, both triggers, right? Pull both of those triggers. Let me get those thumbs down. Thumbs down. Both of those triggers at the same time. Double swing down. Just whop. My controller's losing it. Whop. Just like that. and that is your ultimate. I think you unlock that around level 22 on Swordsmith. So 2 triggers, so you're double powering up. You gotta power up both of them. Just wah, just like that. All right, so we got our swings, our power-ups, our ultimate, throwing your weapon, right? So it's kind of finicky. You do have to get some momentum on it, otherwise it'll just snap back to your belt. But you throw your weapon and it'll land somewhere. Where it lands is it'll do a thing. Now, depending on what role you are, like damage, it'll land in that spot, and then that spot starts weakening the enemies. It's like a weakness potion, so while they're in it, it does damage to them, and you do more damage to them. So I usually use it at the beginning of a fight, whatever I'm going to attack to start a fight, because I'll just throw it at whatever I'm going to be attacking. If it's a group, I'll throw it at the group. If I'm rounding up a bunch of guys for experience and I'm having them come to me, then no, I won't. But I'll have them all come to me and then throw it at the group where they're all coming. But they'll walk across it, it'll do damage. Now, if you're a support, this is why support class is better. Support, you throw it on the ground, it heals people inside the circle. But either way, we'll go over the roles later. This is just how to do the abilities, right? So you throw your weapon, it lands, it makes a circle on the ground, which is pretty obvious. Yeah, that one is super useful. And that one doesn't use mana, doesn't use stamina. It just has a cooldown. So you can use it like once every minute. I don't know the actual time, I'll have to look, but yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so I believe that is it, guys. If there's anything else, I will be going over to Zenith. In fact, you know what? I will go over to Zenith just so I can show you guys the most effective tactic for using these, or a tactic, not the most effective maybe. I'm sure there's more effective tactics, but this is on my level 1 damage. I've been playing with the Essence Mage a little bit, but not enough to make a video on it. So this is just Swordsmiths. And yeah, before I leave here, let me know what you think about the little computer and streaming setup. I got a little stream room going on. Checking out some new items over here. Oh, what's that? Is that a nest with an egg? Oh, you'll just have to find out. Oh, are those also colored feathers other than blue and red? You'll just have to find out. As I look over here for some reason. Oh, my eyes are broken. But, yeah, check that out. How do you like it? The bucket there is kind of weird. I'm going to put some kind of plane in it, or just flip it over. I'll just flip it over. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know. And I will see you guys in Zenith. See you there. Alright guys, so this is Editor Squid here. I realized that I did the recording part in Zenith, but the problem is that they don't have test dummies, so I had to go find guys that wouldn't die in a single hit. And I decided to go to the latest part that I'm at on this account, and I don't talk when I'm fighting because I'm focused on the fight and showing off the order of the things. So this is basically what you get. Now let's say, for example, I decided to get this guy mad. I don't know. This guy mad. And that's all I say for the longest time. Wait. Oh, we have another guy. Let's do that. And then if you look down here, no more audio. How long does it go for? Oh, it goes for a while. Hey, maybe there's something, huh? Right. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Mr. Squid supposed to explain everything and doesn't. So we are going to go over here. I'm going to mute that. We're going to go play by play as to how I'm doing this. So I'm just like, alright, even though I'm a little low health, let's aggro a few people, because you can do this with more than a single person. And that guy, the third guy, spawned in there, so I went and got him too, except he likes to run. So I get them all on one side of me, right? And then I throw it so that they're all in the middle or running into the circle, except for that last guy. For some reason he went backwards. And then you can see I'm doing a lot of side slashes. That's so that if they move off to the side, then they can't dodge it. I also tried throwing it, that didn't work well. But those side slashes, right? And then I take down the weakest ones so that I'm receiving the least amount of damage. And because I recharged that and I built up, let's pause it. I built up my, I call it mana. I guess it's technically rage, but uh, the blue bar here, so I can get up to 51. That was a little low because I used it with the side slashes. So if we go back here a little bit, does it show the side slash? With the healing, oh yeah, right there. So with the healing, that heals your allies. But this is my DPS main, so what it does is it does damage to all of them in that line. So I just did damage to multiple in a row. And so I'll do that a few times, or I'll try to, but I'm out of that mana or rage, so I need to build up more, right? So I'm doing the side slash. You can see that one did it. That one did a lot of damage. What I was doing there is I was out of mana, so I wanted my first ability to be that side slash and do damage to all of them. And as you can see, I toss my swords on the ground pretty often. You want to keep doing this because if you're a DPS, as soon as you get the chance, I mean, obviously you gotta slash them, but as soon as you get the chance to do it, you want that doing damage to them, right? The other thing is this yellow bar. I did not explain that. That is their stagger. I guess you could say that's their stamina, but that's not. It's a stagger. So you fill up that yellow by attacking them. They get staggered once that gets full. Once it's down, then they get unstaggered, right? So see, this guy's full. I'll hit him again. He staggers, and then he's just dead, right? So yeah, you definitely want to start off when you get the guys all riled up. You throw a thing so that they all are running into it, right? And make sure they're all on one side of you. You don't want to get attacked from behind. And then another thing I didn't really explain in this is I actually did use my blocking quite a bit. I accidentally used the rage or mana while doing so because, I'm trying to block and I'm trying to attack, so some of those accidentally turn into power swings, but like that was probably one of them. That's where that red circle is coming from. It's when you hold the trigger, and on DPS you can do this. You hold the trigger and swing, and you continue to hold the trigger, and it will do, I guess, secondary damage. This is where I was doing my side slashes, so I'm getting those the 3 side ones. Every 3 slashes I activate it twice. Plus I'm building up that mana for that slash that you could see I just did there. If I go back just a little bit, right here. So right there, slash goes out, does damage to all of them. You can see right there, that is how much damage it does, at least on these guys with the setup I have. So it does a big chunk of the bar as a DPS, and so you want to try and use it. Plus it helps stagger them. And then here I was just finishing it up, so I threw it down, just did a simple swipe, grab that, and you can see there I had most of my mana. I was still low health, but I am confident to take on 2 more guys at once.
I did not realize they could shoot that either, so that's why I got so low. You can see here I did the double slash. So they have this mini stagger too. I don't know exactly what activates it. That's why I'm not adding it to this tutorial. But I want to say it's like every few consecutive ones in a row, because you can see actually maybe that's the perfect parry. I still don't understand the perfect parry, but right when they attack, I hit, right? So maybe that's the perfect parry, but it staggers them. They go, oh, they stop their combo, and then they have to start again. And then I actually stagger that guy. I dash to the other side to avoid his attack because I have no stamina for defending and I've got no health. I throw because throwing can do decent damage without getting close. And I'm just going for that side swipe again, right? Because there's multiple. Now, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. This guy, he's by himself now, so I don't want to do that side swipe because it doesn't do as much damage as a down swipe would to an individual. With a group of them, sure, because it stacks onto multiple people. But as an individual, he's almost staggered. He's got about a third of his health, and that down swipe, that power down swipe, especially the two of them, staggers him, takes away a lot of his health. I didn't expect that much health, but you know, if you do the math, you can figure out how to get high amounts of damage. And then, you know, a final swipe at the end. And yeah, so you can see here, he's dead, right? I already beat him. There's my 205 XP over here. And I've got 31 out of 51, and I'm in a hostile area, so what do? Dead body. I'm going to start slapping him, right? Let's see how much we can go up. This is from some sloppy slaps. That's up 10 from there. 49. So that was 18. So I got from 31 to 49. That was almost filling me up. So you definitely want to be slapping those dead bodies.
Get that mana.
If they show a triple slash, like a slash mark, then dodge it because you can't block those. But besides that, as long as you have stamina, you can block. These guys, you can pretty much always block. Ground smashes you can't block, but basically anything that shows up on the ground, a red mark, you can't block. But, you know, melee attacks and even ranged attacks. Here is why that little stagger is worth it. So these are those mini staggers, and I just figured that if I keep hitting these guys, these cultists like this, then they can hardly do anything because I just keep mini staggering him and building up his big stagger. His actual stagger. I don't know what you call these. Is that perfect parry? Maybe.
Alright guys, well that's gonna be it. So I thank you guys for watching. If you have questions, ask them because I will be able to make a response video, and there is a ton of stuff in combat that I probably missed, honestly. But hope you guys enjoyed. This was a really weird one because I spent a ton of time editing the beginning, and then in editing I made that second half because I found that I did not talk during that combat end that second half. So I just decided, let's do a voiceover with Editor Squid. I still don't know why this hand is doing this. That's weird. Distractions. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I will see you later. Peace out. Bye bye.
Bye.